those of you who don't know who Penguins0 is, Moist Critical, he's a commentator on YouTube, so he just gives his opinions on things. And today we're going to be covering the Pokimane, Ninja, Jidion, Aiden Ross drama that has ensued on Twitch over the last week. It's kind of old news at this point, but we're going to hear what Charlie's going to say.
This is fresh. This has nothing to do with Roblox. This drama was unfolding while I was lifting, and I was reading about it in between sets. And then the second I finished
from his live stream?
I just hopped on stream. I didn't even bother showering, which is why I look so goddamn greasy right now. I felt like J. Jonah Jameson, who just got some pictures of Spider-Man committing a crime. High school drama. Don't pretend like it's not entertaining. And to be fair, if they do try and sue for defamation of character, that's a big deal. I think that would be the first
huge deal,
case
but they've
of
got
a streamer suing another streamer for defamation based off nothing.
Yeah.
Pokimane was just showing clips and DMs that Ninja and his wife actually said, and now they're threatening legal action via...
That is literally the funniest thing, that Jessica Blevins, Ninja's wife and manager, thinks that this is a defamation case, and it really isn't.
Defamation of character. So LSF has just become full-blown TMZ today. It's nothing...
For those who don't know, LSF is short for live stream fails, and it's a subreddit where clips get shared of popular Twitch clips.
But the Pokimane and Ninja drama, which is fine because I'm super invested in this soap opera for now. I think I pulled up all the relevant clips. So this is patient 0. This is where it starts 4 days ago. To give context, Jidion is the streamer that recently just got banned because he had his community go to Pokimane while she was streaming and spam L plus ratio or whatever happened there. It was a harassment campaign according to the Twitch terms of service, so he got banned for it. 4 days ago, he was on Ninja's stream, so this was before he got banned, and this happened.
Nothing negative. No L's. Don't spam your chat to raid someone and spam L's. Don't rate. If you're gonna ratio bitches, and that's not. Oh! He called her a bitch! You stick to Twitter. Alright, maybe some TikTok, L spam. You'll get away with it.
Hey, say less, Ninja.
Twitch, dude.
Say less, Ninja.
You didn't call her that. He didn't call her
no,
that.
No. I said me. Me. It was me. That was my. I meant bitches in general, as in like you.
The desperate backpedal. So,
yeah,
Jidion.
That's clearly not what he meant, but it's a decent recovery. That's definitely not. He definitely wasn't putting himself in a pool of bitches when he was talking about.
It was right after his hate raid on Pokimane, which got him banned.
We can argue
this
intent
was right before that happened. So he dropped gift subs to Ninja and had his community in Ninja's chat. And Ninja said, you know, you can't send people to harass him. If you're going to ratio bitches, do it on Twitter or whatever. And Jidion took that as Ninja calling her a bitch. And to be fair, that's what it does sound like. You know, I don't think Ninja would say, you can't send a harassment campaign to bitches if he did it to like Mizkif or something. Right? So Jidion took it as Ninja's calling her a bitch. And today, Pokimane was just going over this entire drama. She just explains the situation of this clip I just showed you. She doesn't take any liberties or spin it in other ways. She literally just explains it.
Yeah.
You can't run around raiding bitches on Twitch. Which Dijon obviously immediately takes as Ninja calling me a bitch. And Ninja then says he meant bitches generally. I wonder if Ninja would have said bitches if it was a large male streamer that was hate raided, but I digress.
I didn't even know Ninja said bad words.
About it. He then says, like verbatim, the most I can do is text my Twitch representative about this. And then he proceeds to do just that.
So that's where it all started today, from an event from 4 days ago. And Ninja and his wife/manager were not too happy about it. So that isn't a baseless claim. On stream, he said that he can text his... Where was it? It's somewhere here. Here. He said that he can text his Twitch rep to help Jidion out, and then he proceeds to do it, or at least pretend to do it on stream.
Bro. Alright. I sent the text. I don't promise a goddamn thing.
And this is where it gets weird because Ninja took all this stuff down. Apparently, this all got taken down from Ninja's channel. Like, he deleted all this. That's why we're seeing it through like a VLC media player. I think because Pokimane had to save the VOD before it got deleted, or somebody did. And now I guess Charlie will talk about it more, but I guess there's confusion as to whether or not Ninja actually sent the text. He claims he didn't, and we'll find out more about that later. But
at the end of the day, what happened happened.
So, like, actual anime villain shit. I swear on my grandfather's life, who just passed away, that I didn't text my Twitch rep, and you are making a big mistake. I can literally see him writing that as he's, like, doing this with his hands.
It's also kind of a weird statement. Hey, just so you know, I swear on my grandfather's life who just passed away. Swearing on a life who just passed away. I saw a clip of XQC reacting to this, and XQC was like, that doesn't make any sense. And XQC is kind of, you know, a lot of his popular clips are him just kind of, you know, being stupid. But that is kind of a funny point where it's like, this doesn't make any sense. Usually when you swear on somebody's life, you're swearing on like somebody who's alive. Like, I swear on my mother's life, I would never do something like this. I swear on my grandfather's life who just passed away.
Twirling his mustache. Like,
and we know what he meant, but it's just kind of like a funny...
And he did.
It's stupid for me to hang on this and tear Ninja down for this, but it is just kind of funny. It is just kind of funny.
Pretended to do it on stream, so if he really didn't text him, he could have just said, yeah, I pretended to do that on stream.
Right.
In order to look cool in front of Jidion.
But he's not. The last message here, and you are making a big mistake, is the weirdest part.
Denying it ever happened.
It could be interpreted as him threatening Pokimane, or it could be interpreted as Pokimane, you just don't understand. This is just all a troll. You're taking it the wrong way. Or it could be Ninja being like, you better watch your fucking back.
Yeah, so the strategy was they denied it happened. After Poki proved it happened, Ninja's manager/wife's response was this. And this is what makes it so entertaining as a spectator sport. This was dangerous. There could have been a council of cock here, but I took the risk.
So yeah, I'll just read this. We are considering everything defamation of character at this point, and we are getting our legal team involved. This is Jess Blevins, who's Ninja's manager and wife, responding to Pokimane. This is a screenshot DM to Pokimane. You are spewing lies to tens of thousands of people. You know Twitch. You claim you know his rep. Then you know from them that Tyler never reached out to anyone. And again, Jess said that to stop the harassment in his chat from Jidion's viewers. So Jess is claiming that Ninja only pretended to text the rep so he wouldn't be getting harassed anymore from Jidion's viewers. We have clarified everything to you. You are actively bringing harassment to Tyler, and I right now am at the highest level, and we are taking this very seriously. What? Defamation of character? This is just, we're just throwing around big words now that sound scary. This isn't even defamation of character. If what we understand, and from all the clips that we've seen, Pokimane has literally just stated what has happened. She hasn't like said anything mean about Ninja. She's just called him out for lying, and now his wife is going all apeshit.
Fucking threatening a lawsuit for defamation of character for literally just describing what Ninja publicly did and showing clips of him doing it. Why does it have to be something like, who cares? This isn't going to change my life. Well, I mean, neither is watching The Mandalorian, but it's still fun. He wants views. It's the meta right now. I don't think he did that. I don't think that was his plan. Jidion was watching. Ninja didn't want to look like a bitch, so he was, puffed up his chest a little bit. He's like, "Hey, check this out, Fortnite kids."
Dude, that's the other thing too. There are so many people in live chats that have such shitty takes. Like, Moist Critical here was just responding to a comment that most likely said something like, "Oh, Tyler knew what he was doing. He was just doing this for views." No, I think he was doing it as an ego thing. People have so many crappy takes on this whole situation, man. I think it's so much more basic than everyone tries to make it out to be. What started all of this drama was it Jidion's viewers that rated Poki? Yeah, Jidion's viewers. Jidion got partnered, and as like a celebration, went to Pokimane's stream and just typed L plus ratio in Pokimane's chat. And then, because that's not really Pokimane's community style of humor, she just gets uncomfortable. Her viewers are all weirded out. And according to TOS, that's considered a hate raid. And that's what a lot of people try to dumb it down to on social media. So if you read about this and you read responses from people on social media, a lot of people are like, Pokimane's just being soft. She's just, all he did was ask his viewers to type L plus ratio. That's not even a big deal. She's so soft. She's so sensitive. But Jidion also said gross stuff about her personal life publicly on stream, insinuating that she's like getting the ween wang privately or whatever. That's the nicest way I can say it. And then also was opening up the profiles of people who were typing in Pokimane's chat at the time of the raid and was like harassing them. And then his viewers went and harassed them. And it's just, and he was also telling people to like, hey, if we get banned, like keep going or something like that. It's just all gross, dude. It's like, there's a line between harassment and trolling. trolling is like very simple. Like just typing L plus ratio, like ha ha ha, doing that to a big streamer because we got a lot of viewers. That could be seen, maybe according to TOS, that's a hate raid, but that could be seen as just trolling. But then harassing people, and then Jidion also changed his profile picture on Twitter to that picture of Pokimane without any makeup on, and was, you know, it's like, it was just mean, dude. It was just harassment. That's all that it was. And then it turns into all this. And then Ninja, you know, in an attempt to, like Moist Critical said, I think if I were to guess, not look like a bitch, you know, does all of this. So
he was, you know, puffed up his chest a little bit. He's like,
yeah.
Hey, check this out, Fortnite kids. Don't ratio bitches.
Look how cool I am.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, and then he like backpedals really hard. He's like, uh-oh. And then his wife made everything significantly worse.
Yeah, he was just being a
and then
dick.
Trying to like intimidate or abuse the legal system for some reason is even sillier.
Chad, I am willing to put so much money on the fact that there is never going to be a defamation lawsuit. The steps that, I don't even know anything about it, but the steps you would need to go to take to actually file a lawsuit, like that's a serious thing that costs a lot of money, and there would need to be like, I am willing to put so much money on the fact that that will never happen, and that's just like scary talk. Like ninjas, it's just embarrassing, really. It's like the president threatening to like nuke somebody without actually doing it. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just like, what are you doing? It's not going to happen.
Streamers/managers ever tried to sue you for dumb shit? Onision pretended to be his own manager once to try and sue me. But it didn't really work because he made a lot of spelling mistakes in his lawsuit. And it was pretty clear he himself wrote it. Real quick, Charlie from the future, still super greasy. I just wanted to further explain. The defamation of character lawsuit is in direct response to Poki literally just explaining what she saw in Ninja's clips. Poki didn't do anything further. She never said that.
I don't know if that's much of a comparison. Well, you get what I'm trying to say. It's just embarrassing for somebody who has that authority, right? Her authority is being Ninja's manager. Like, she's got eyes on her. She's taken very seriously. She's one of the most successful content creators in this space. So for her to just start throwing around, we're going to sue you for it's just embarrassing. Like, you got somebody who's this high a caliber who's threatening to, like, just do something outrageous. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's just cringy.
That Ninja called her a bitch or anything like that I see a lot of people spin it on Twitter. She literally just said, Ninja said, can't ratio bitches, and Jidion thought Ninja called her a bitch. All of it does sound like high school drama, but not because Poki did it. Like, it's not her fault. She was literally just talking about the clips.
Yeah, right, Kelton.
And for some reason, people lost their fucking mind, and Jessica eventually threatened a lawsuit about it. And then Pokimane claiming that Ninja sent a message to his Twitch rep is again backed up by a clip of Ninja doing just that, or at least pretending to on stream. So the big deal of this defamation suit is how goofy it is, considering there's no argument to even be made here, because Poki never defamed his character or made shit up or lied about Ninja. Poki literally just explained those clips as she was going over this whole drama to her audience. All she did was say exactly what happened in those clips. People like to pretend that anytime sexism is brought up, it's not real, but you literally only have to look at any situation involving a girl, and you can see a very, very, very different response.
Yeah, that's so true. That's pretty similar to Jidion's character. He's a very meme trolly person. He would always make fun of FaZe Rug for faking his videos. That's just his personality. Right, but we talked earlier about the line between like harassment and trolling. I'm all for trolling. Trolling is, you know, one thing, but I mean, there's no argument to be made that he wasn't harassing Pokimane's community, 100%. And he went too far, and he apologized for it. And he recognized that. He put out a tweet publicly apologizing, asking his audience to like back off, 100%. But yeah. And this is the other thing too. When people say it's not a sexist, misogynistic thing, dude, it so is, man. It really is. And a lot of that just comes out of the immaturity of the community that's involved in stuff like this. But
every time something happens with Poki, it's always the same shit. Whore, must be a tier 3 simp to this bitch. She's too busy sucking dick to give a good take. Who cares? Dumb bitch. She's wearing makeup. Every time. That doesn't happen when it's a dude. Like, no one's saying that shit about Ninja. Like, you don't see... Ninja right now is the one that's getting blasted, but no one is making statements like that. But they do about Poki or any other girl when it involves them. You can pretend that it doesn't happen. I understand the copium, but it does. Like, it literally does. It is just a fact. It's not the majority of people, but it is a very loud group of them.
Yep.
Even though in this situation, I don't know how anyone could take Ninja's side. All Poki did was go over Tyler's fucking clips and explain the clips. There was no
The immaturity of this community too, I don't know if Charlie will touch on it, but the immaturity of this community is beyond this too. What happened is now when the people who sided with Jidion, am I pronouncing his name right? Dijon Mustard and Ninja, the people that were siding with him, once they kind of realized that they were kind of losing a foothold in their arguments about like who was right and wrong, they just started saying that Pokimane was dragging it out too long. It's like, oh, she's just making it out of nothing. Everyone already apologized. Why can't we just all move on? It's just, it's the equivalent to like, that's the equivalent, just immature, stupid behavior to like, if I walked up to somebody on the street and I was just like, hey man, you're a bitch loser. And then he was like, hey man, what the fuck, man? You want to fight or something like that? And I'd be like, dude, you're being way too sensitive right now, man. Like it was just a joke. Like, why don't you just back off? You're trying way too hard to make this something right now. And it's really not. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know, his community harassed her and they're still going after her and they still don't side with her. I'd be frustrated if I was her, 100%.
This information, the one.
If I'm not mistaken, the title says round 30 challenge, not reacting to most critical. We did get to round 30. We're just reacting to this video now and we will be back.
Absolute defense against the defamation lawsuit is truth. And all she did was watch him say that he is sending a message to the Twitch rep. So this would be the quickest payday for Poki if they actually tried. Poor millionaire streamers. I wish people would stop saying that. It's entertaining. It's just entertainment. I don't think anyone's actually upset. Like, oh my god, now Ninja's gonna lose money! It's just, look at Ninja's stupid tweet. Or
yeah, I
DM
did,
where he
Griff.
said,
That's
"You
funny.
made a
I've seen
big
that TikTok.
mistake, Buster."
Yeah.
Did you see the girl who's selling her shit now? Oh, you're talking about the poop jar.
Yeah, the NFT
Yeah,
girl.
so that girl that was selling her farts, now that she's retired due to medical conditions, there's a girl who's now selling just
Oh,
her
there's
shit.
another one?
Like her
That's
actual
awesome.
poop. That one's not as interesting though. She's clearly just riding off the other one's coattails. I will say, I think the person that's most upset about Jessica sending this DM is Ninja. I bet Ninja was so upset to hear that his wife threatened a defamation of character lawsuit. He's not a dumb guy. He knows that this is a stupid idea. I bet she did this completely without him knowing, and then he hopped on Twitter. He's like, fuck, this is becoming a big deal. Hopefully nothing escalates it further. Refreshes and sees this and just cries. Just sat there, tears in his fucking eyes. Because he can't just publicly be like, yeah, my wife did something silly.
Right.
Now he has to sit there and be like, yep.
He has to like back her up.
Guess
now.
I'm going to court. Like I said, having your wife as your manager makes it very, very emotional. It's way too attached to the actual drama. This was one of those things where she was just seeing red and sent this thinking that it'd be enough to make Poki like delete
this
her
was just
clips
all a
or something
harassment
and brush
thing.
it all under the rug. And this is exactly.
You see the guy who sold his selfies that took one day for every 3 years? He made $1 million as NFTs. Seriously? That's dope as shit, actually. That's actually really, really sick.
Exactly the shit I'm talking about. Someone shoot Poki in the eyes. Someone free Jidion. That's the exact shit I'm talking about. It happens from Zamius. Happens every time. Whenever it involves a fucking woman, people get so upset. That dude's entire post history was Poki's a bitch, a whore, makeup-wearing whore, and then the last one right there, free Jidion, someone shoot Poki in the eyes, please. Happens
Jesus
every
Christ,
time,
dude.
and people pretend that it's the same with, like, Ninja. You don't see anyone saying that kind of awful shit about Ninja. That's the point I'm making, and people get upset when I say it. It is a real thing. Now, granted, Zymius doesn't speak for the whole community or anything of, like, Jidion fans, but it is a loud portion that says that shit. And I don't know why people try and, like, pretend that it doesn't happen. Again, it's not the majority, but it does happen. Yeah, so as of making this video, it's like 2-day-old drama, so it's fucking ancient now, but I just wanted to at least get it out
And now
there
I'm reacting to it like a week after.
because
and
I
it's
am
all-
curious to see where it goes. If they actually do pursue a defamation of character lawsuit, that would be an actual big deal. So anyway, that's about it. So yeah.
Don't pretend like it's not entertaining. Yeah. There's nothing more entertaining for people than following drama. Nothing more. Yeah. It so is. Why do you think Drama Alert was as successful for as long as Keemstar was around? Dude, it's, yeah, Yeah. It's really what highlights the shitstorm that is these drama stories, and it arguably fuels them and makes them more entertaining, but it also makes them so frustrating too, is we're reminded of the collective stupidity. That's not everybody, but it is a large portion of people that really have shitty takes, and maybe they're just trolls and they just say dumb stuff to get other people riled up on social media. So maybe they don't in their hearts believe it, but there are people that have some really dumb opinions, man. On things. And especially when you combine that with like just the fact that Twitch and online gaming and streaming, it's going to attract a young, predominantly male audience. The emotional maturity is just not there. And so it's just going to be it's going to be really immature. So yeah, Keemstar wasn't a great thing for the community, I don't think. Despite what he may tell himself to help himself sleep at night, I don't think he did definitely more harm than good to the whole community. But anyways, good video. Charlie's always got good takes. It amazes me just how like basic his videos are, but they do so well because people just love his opinions so much. But yeah, great video.